Hey y'all, it is go time. Avengers Assemble. The Hammer of Thor program is underway. I just knocked out the first workout, day one, and something I didn't even think about when I was telling you guys to fill out the applications. This is going to make you a whole lot more explosive. So if you do any kind of athletic stuff, you're a weekend warrior, or you just do some bedroom athletic type stuff, if you know what I mean. Hey man, at the end of this program, you're going to be a whole lot more explosive. You're going to perform better, and you're going to look better with your clothes off too. So if you're on the outside looking in, hey man, fill out the application. It's still time to get in. You'll have to start after this initial group. But hey man, jump in, join the fun. We about to have a crazy party and become some Asgardian warriors. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's results. What's up, y'all? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. We're talking some Marvel movie news this evening, and it's not even related to Captain Marvel, even though I got a Captain Marvel video coming out later in the week before the movie comes out Thursday evening or Friday, depending on where you are in the world. But this one popped up in my feed, and it's about Blade. Is Wesley Snipes working with Kevin Feige in the MCU on bringing us a new Blade movie in phase 4 or phase 5. So this is coming from JoeBlow.com, which is a website I'm not familiar with, but they're citing a source over at We Got This Covered. After I finish reporting this, I'm gonna have some stuff to say about the particular source, but I'll hold off on that for now. So what they're saying is that a source close to We Got This Covered says that Marvel is currently planning an R-rated Blade movie, and allegedly Wesley Snipes is working with them to bring this into fruition and make this thing happen. So the quotes from Wesley Snipes regarding this rumor are that there's a lot of conversations going on right now, and we're very blessed to have the enthusiasm and interest in something coming from that world again. We've created 2 projects that fit perfectly into this world, and when people see them, I think they're only going to have a problem with deciding which one they love the most. So it sounds like there's already 2, I can't remember the term that they use. It's like a synopsis. It's a treatment. There's another term for that, but basically it's a treatment. They have a synopsis. They kind of lay out the plot. And they pitch this thing. So there's been two treatments already, and basically saying when you hear the treatments and how they are going to fit in with the MCU and what's going on, I guess post Endgame, if they know, if whoever's working on this has some idea of the state of the world in phase 4. Maybe, you know, we're getting these theories about alternate universes, alternate timelines. Maybe we have some crisis of infinite Earths type thing with Marvel, where you got these different timelines, and maybe, hey man, Blade's character has existed. Remember, the Blade movies is what essentially kicked off the MCU, even though they weren't the MCU, right? It's still a Marvel property. But the fact that, hey man, Marvel can do Marvel characters and make them serious, and they're good, right? Because the first Blade movie, the first 2 Blade, actually, I liked all 3, but by the 3rd one, things kind of fell off, right? With the whole Blade and Dracula and Ryan Reynolds running around ripped to shreds, but he's Ryan Reynolds, right? The man that's born to be Deadpool, right? Because he's going to be silly. You can't take him serious, but then Deadpool is a silly character you can't take serious, but is amazing, right? The Merc with the mouth. As far as Marvel's involvement with this Blade treatment, the 2 treatments that allegedly exist, Wesley Snipes went on to say, all the main execs at Marvel and my team, we've been discussing for the past 2 years. Everyone's enthusiastic about it. Everybody gets it, but they got a business to run, and they got to square the things that they got to figure out before they can get to it, I guess. In the meantime, we got a business to run and our own slate of things to do. But the next time you see something in the Blade universe, mark my words, what we did before is child's play compared to what we can do now. And a part of that has to do with like the special effects, the things they can do in post-production, the things they can do with the story, including putting Blade in a universe where other heroes exist, right? I mean, you got Sony doing what is it, Mobius or whoever. So there's a question right there about the rights. Who has the rights to Blade, right? Is he back part of the MCU? Does he belong to Sony, the Spider-Verse? I haven't really looked into that because I don't follow the comic book stuff that closely, and Marvel's catalog of superheroes is a mess. Of course, things might clear up some once the Fox acquisition is completely gone through. And the last I heard, it was like going to probably be finalized in April, right? And if that's the case, I would think that we probably won't see a Blade movie until you brought in the X-Men and Fantastic Four. If he's going to be part of the Spider-Verse and what they're doing there, then when they've grown that out, when Sony and Marvel have gotten together and grown that out more, which means we're probably not going to see Wesley Snipes as Blade, especially if we're dealing with alternate universes, alternate timelines. You know, now that they brought in the whole quantum mechanics thing, the quantum universe or whatever. I mean, you could totally bring in a new Blade, and this is Blade from a different timeline. This is a younger Blade, and you know, you could have multiple Blades, right? You got the Wesley Snipes Blade is I'm older, right? I'm down for that. As a matter of fact, or maybe they bring Blade to Disney Plus. You have a brand new Blade series. I know they had the one with the rapper. I can't think of his name. I tried watching it, but I don't think that guy was a martial artist. But I would totally be down for this. And I know there was a big thing about John Boyega playing Blade. Hey, I love John Boyega, but I'm gonna pass on that. That's nothing against John Boyega. I don't want to see him as Blade because there's someone who is more fitting to be Blade, right? The person who ought to be Blade, Maurice Crump. Why Maurice Crump? If you don't know who he is, first off, Maurice Crump was Chadwick Boseman's personal martial arts instructor for Black Panther. So the dude that I think should be Blade taught Black Panther how to fight for the movie, for his movie. Maurice Crump, he trained with Tony Jaa's teacher in Thailand, right? You can see him in The Protector 2, where he fights Tony Jaa. In there, he created his own style, right? He does Muay Baran, he does Kali, he does a little Silat, he does some Capoeira. Right now, he's down in Atlanta teaching Toshindo, or what's the American guy, Stephen Hayes. His branch of it's basically American ninjutsu, or American branch of the Bujinkan. You know, Hatsumi Sensei, his ninjutsu stuff in Japan. He's teaching that in Atlanta right now. He's got his fight crew. Two of his the Blasian twins. They're in a lot of commercials. They've been in a lot of music videos. They did a music video with B.O.B. His I think the Airbender video, is that what it's called? The Airbender. Hey, that was a dope. I love that song, man. But the Blasian twins are part of Maurice's crew. They were also in. Why do this keeps slipping my mind? They were Jill Scott's character in season 1 of Black Lightning, right? Her two twin bodyguards, the Blasian twins, are part of Maurice's crew. I'm actually one of my friends here in town who's an Eskrima, Kali, close quarters combat instructor, and trying to break into the movie fight choreography game, is one of his students is part of Maurice's crew. So I kind of got an in there. Of course, I'm Facebook friends with Maurice, but I don't know him personally. But you know, it wouldn't be too hard for me to link up with him, and I kind of want to do that once if the whole Urban Acolyte training thing takes off. Then that'll give me some free time to shoot down, visit my Dukes down in Atlanta, hang out with my little brother. I bet, you know, Prince, I'm your biggest fan. Probably don't even know my brother's name. So how big of a fan are you if you don't know my brother's name? Or that I have a brother? So people, Prince, we're brothers. I got a brother. I got a brother. He knows me better than you do. I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just, I'm just, being honest with y'all, right? If there's an up and coming urban acolyte, it's probably going to be my brother before anybody else, because, once we link up, he's going to be trying to do everything that I do. I'm the reason he watches Star Wars. He's not a big Star Wars fan. But anyway, I digress. That's a tangent. My point is, I feel like Maurice Crump should be Blade if they bring him into the MCU. Now, this is where I got to shoot this down, because I will report stuff from We Got This Covered, but I'm not a big fan of their website. Look, man, I don't know about their Marvel stuff, and maybe they have multiple writers working on stuff there, but when it comes to Star Wars, man, they post the worst. They post some clickbaity stuff. I think Alex and Molly called them out last week because they posted the article. They reposted this rumor that I guess started with, I don't know if Mike Zero is putting it out. Well, he'll say anything for clicks, right? But this whole thing, George Lucas is coming back to help to save Luke in episode 9, not knowing that the whole idea of Luke walking away from everything, Luke Skywalker's missing, Luke has left it or forsaken the galaxy, whatever. That was George Lucas's idea, because what have I been saying all along? George Lucas, Luka Skywalker, because at one point Luke Skywalker was going to be a girl named Luka Skywalker, or maybe his twin sister, who wasn't going to be Leia originally, was going to be Luka Skywalker training with another Jedi who survived the Purge somewhere, I guess we'll say in the unknown regions or in wild space. She was on the other side of the galaxy where the Empire wouldn't have been looking for her. She had been training as a Jedi from the time she was a youngling, so she was obviously going to be more advanced, the better, the more skilled Jedi than Luke Skywalker. So how can Rey do? Well, because in George's sequel saga, there was going to be a girl who was every bit Luke's equal, if not better. So if you're continuing with that idea, then Rey has to be every bit Kylo Ren's equal, and sometimes better, right? Because she's bested him in combat once, and then she slammed the door at his face and straight dissed him in The Last Jedi, right? So all of this is George Lucas's plans moving forward, right? So the fact that people put this stuff out and it's like you don't take the time to research this stuff, you'll just say anything. And I mean, hey man, it's the what did one of my kung fu teachers call it? This is the post facts era or something like that. After the facts, but you post facts in quotes. They're not facts. You just post anything and people think it's a fact because they see it on the internet and it's coming from this source, this person that you've given this authority to report the news, but it's not news. It's made up bullcrap, right? Over here, hey man, sometimes I try to report the news, but it's opinionated, right? I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna weigh in. I'm gonna give my 2 cents, because essentially that's the purpose of YouTube, right? If you got a news channel and they strictly report the news, that's what they are. But hey man, when I talk to the folks at YouTube, the people who coach us creators, they're like, hey man, we'd love for every channel to basically be, this is my reality show, right? This is my reality. I like kung fu and meditation, and I like watching movies that inspire me to practice more kung fu and work out more, to be like these heroes, these badasses I see on screen, right? even Blade, man. Blade was one of the members of my crew that I ran with on Marvel Ultimate Alliance, right? I would have Thor, Miss Marvel, Blade, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Luke Cage. Them 5 and Black Panther. So them 6, hey man, I would always have like somebody who could like control stuff. I can't remember if Storm is in Marvel Ultimate Alliance or not. I thought she was, because I used to use Storm a lot. Once I like got her really powerful. But then when I got Thor's Godspeed, it was like, yeah, I don't need Storm anymore. Once I realized how like good Thor was, because at first I wasn't really into Thor. And then what is this Godspeed? I hit that Godspeed button. Boy, woo, we'll start tearing people up with Thor. But I'm all off on a tangent. Blade, I just, Blade, that's Brother Wesley, right? Another thing, before I go, this is the last point I want to make. I actually have a friend. Usually I say I have a friend who knows this person. It's always the same friend. It's my cousin Ben Ramsey, director, writer, producer, directed the Blood and Bone. He directed a whole lot of other stuff. Love and a Bullet. He worked on Silence of the Lambs. I wrote the Dragon Ball Evolution movie that Dragon Ball fans hate. But they didn't use the script, but y'all probably, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you probably know the story behind that. But Big Cuzzo, he knows Wesley. So I would be interested to see what the Big Cuzzo has to say about this. Cause usually I can like go through, do Facebook creep on his Facebook page, and I will I will find out a whole lot of stuff. Like if I covered what's that Titans show? Before, I guess Batman was, I haven't watched it, but Batman was at the end of the season. And when it first started off, there was a rumor that Louis Tan was going to be playing Bruce Wayne or Batman on the show, right? And and he had a meeting with DC, and he was seen reading all these Batman comic books, and we know for sure. And I'm going through Ben's Facebook profile, and he had reposted it because he knows Louis Tan. If you don't know who Louis Tan is, that's the guy that a lot of people wanted to be Danny Rand, or Iron Fist. He ended up playing the drunken boxer in that one episode of Iron Fist in season 1, and then he's in Into the Badlands, and he's in this new show coming to Netflix. It's all kung fu and deals with triads, and yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that when that show comes out. But anyway, I'm like going through the comments on the video because Big Cuzzo was like, yeah, good job, Louis. Yeah, I hope you got the part. And then this dude was like, nope, that's not true. And I was like, how the hell do you know? And so I click on the dude's page, and I go to his IMDb page, and I'm like, okay, he's on IMDb, so he must be somebody who knows something about what he's talking about. And go right down. Oh, he's one of the head fight coordinators for the Titan series. Yeah, he would definitely know if Louis Tan is on the show or not. So, I don't claim to have inside contacts, but hey man, sometimes I know somebody who knows somebody who knows something about this geek stuff, these superhero movies and TV shows. So I don't know. I'm gonna open this up to you guys. What do you think about the possibility of Blade coming to the MCU? Would you like to see Wesley Snipes? Would you like what I put forward better, where you're dealing with multiple timelines? If that's what happens post Endgame, is we're dealing with the quantum realm and alternate realities, where hey man, you got Wesley Snipes as Blade from the Blade movies that we from the 90s and early 2000s, but then you got this young Blade that's going on these adventures. So you basically got two Blades, right? Or just straight up, hey, we got a new Blade. This is where we're going, and Wesley is coming on as a consultant on these movies. Or neither. Prince, no, we don't need Blade. Screw him. Thanks Wesley for kicking off the MCU, showing Stan Lee and other people, Kevin Feige and all these folks, that hey, we can do the Marvel movies and set them in reality, not make them campy and goofy. But thanks, but you've had your time. Go enjoy playing in Dolomite and these other projects that you're doing. We'll holler at you. Too bad you couldn't have been Black Panther back in the day, back in the 90s, right? So I don't know. What do you guys think? So for real, if you like this video, hey, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you ring that subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want notifications when I post a new video. And like always, leave me your comments down below, and I'll be checking back to see what y'all have to say. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey of becoming the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community today. Do I normally say it like that? Something sounds off. But anyway, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing. May the force of others be with you always.